everybody. Now listen to me, say. Put up your hand in the air. Put up your hand in the air right now. But me say put up your hand in the air. Put up your hand in the air right now. But me say put up your hand in the air. Put up your hand in the air right now. But I am a royal priesthood and a holy nation. So things that this world can't worry me because I don't get the victory. I am a royal priesthood. So things that this world can't worry me. You know what? When I think of the love of the Lord, when I think of the grace of the Lord, when I think of the mercies of God, if you know that to free, start to jump now. Open out, so we say, praise is turn up, worship turn up, when I turn up. Obedience, turn up, righteousness, turn up, faithfulness, turn up. I can't wait to see Satan burn up, holiness, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Uncontrollable, uncontainable. Jesus loves us like water sauce. No weapon won't form against me, no capable. Christ is the king and that's understandable. Lace up your Gideon boots and belt buckle. The war get hotter than a whistle in steel kettle. I won't let no rocks cry out for me. I won't let no trees cry out for me. Cause me know said the devil is out for me. Jesus Christ just cleanse me out for me. Spiritually, physically, mentally, biologically, in a heavy alley bigger. When I think of the nobody, when I think of the grace of the Lord, when I think of the mercies of God. Put up in the air. Over there, say. Put up in the air. Over there, say. Put up in the air. I want to see both hands lifted high as a representation. You ready? Say. Hey, put up in the air. How will you put up in the air? Start wave now. Get ready. Okay. I am a royal priesthood and a holy nation. So things that this world can't worry me because I don't get the victory. I want to do something to me. I want to see everybody like this. Everybody like this. Everybody. Just sing like this. When I think of the love of the Lord, when I think of the grace of the Lord, start to think. When I think of the mercies of God, when I think, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, praise it, turn up, worship, turn up, when I turn up, leaders, turn up, righteousness, turn up, holiness, turn up. I can't wait to see Satan. Praise it, turn up, worship, turn up, when I turn up, obedience, turn up, righteousness, turn up, turn up, turn up. Open house. God bless you, everyone. Give it up. Blessed messenger. Make some noise, everybody.
man. That was just a flashback there from Open House 2017. Blessed Messenger, turn up. And we're going to turn things up a little bit today on Cloud.Nine on ACT. And welcome once again to the program. Of course, hope you had a blessed weekend. And glad being with you again on this motivational Monday. It was a really power-packed weekend for my family and I. Really wonderful service yesterday. Which extended into the evening with the launch of a cell group that God has led to our covering to make us the leaders of. I'm really grateful for the dynamic team that God has placed together. And yesterday was great, so I want to thank God for what He is, will be doing rather in the central area where we have been located. So whatever God has placed on your heart to do, or whatever laid in the heart of your covering, that being your pastor, do please be obedient and do it. It's going to bring blessings to you. So as I said before, very interesting show today. We're going to turn things up a bit. Now, as you know, over the last few weeks, there has been some contention between, let's the last couple of weeks, some contention between Mr. Roger and Mr. Mario Sabga. And of course, this is surrounding the 1% faux pas, I want to call it that now, because ever since he made that statement, many have said it was a big faux pas on his part in terms of what has now been the repercussions of that statement. And one of the major repercussions would be the call by Mr. Roger. As you know, he has been rallying his troops to literally march all over the 120 plus businesses and stomp them out of the country by calling on them rather to not purchase anything from their businesses and only focus on those businesses that are locally managed, of course, by locally grown products, produced, etc. So he has making a statement, rallying, going to different parts of the country, saying, listen, he was in Breakfast Shed, I think it was about a week ago, when he made the statement, eat pilau, and doubles, and aloe pie, and, drawing to the point that, listen, support local. That is basically what he's saying. And lending to the fact, that, or claiming rather, based on his statement, that the Syrian community is not local. There are those who, of course, will disagree with that statement, all right? But nevertheless, so we decided to take a little trip on the Mukarapo Street area, more so to the San Fernando market, to speak with both vendors and consumers as to how they felt about Mr. Roger's statement, and even more so what Mr. Savga said and the boycott. Very, very interesting day it was, getting some of the feedback. Some of them you need to sit down and think about, right? So let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to go straight into those interviews that were done, but also after the break, just to recap in your memory bank what was said by Mr. Mario Sabga. We have that clip for you as well. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The devil's the accuser of the brethren. And he hates marriage because marriage is the image of God. He hates marriage because it's the most sacred institution on earth. God created marriage in Genesis chapter 1. It is the first institution he ever created, and it's the foundation for every other institution on earth. And he's a strategist. He understands if he can destroy marriage, he can destroy all of society.
All this funky music, yep. Just I come back and said dancing and do no kind of backflip and thing. Anyhow, so we're discussing the 1%. The 1%. Who would I ever think 1% would have make such a big difference? Well, it could, you know, every drop in the bucket count. 1%. Say if one person gets saved, heaven rejoices. So 1% is plenty. It can cause blessing, it can bring confusion too. But in this case, the 1% brings some confusion. Yes. It can do some damage too. Anyway, let's go to our Let's Chat segment, and we're going to get things rolling. Okay, so we had some fun at the San Fernando markets. I want to say thanks, of course, to the vendors who allowed us to speak to them, and the customers who were there, who shared their opinions. Some of them very good answers, as a matter of fact. And to the police officers who were there and allowed us to roam with our cameras, thank you very much. Actually, one of them, the both of them, I know one for sure, he would have been with us as well on the tour of the traffic plan, the new traffic plan that was outlined, of course, by the mayor of San Fernando. So thanks to everyone who was there on this day. But before we jump into the interviews, let me take you now to the two statements. One, the statement that was made by Mr. Mario Sabga on the filming of the documentary that was aired on CNN, just that small clip. And then we're going to go to the response by Mr. Roger. These clips were taken from, because to find that clip now with Mr. Mario Sabga is a bit difficult. Yeah, so we got a clip from the C News, CNMG network, or television media house, when they had aired a story. So we have that clip, thank you to them. And we also have the clip from Mr. Rogers. Let's hear the both sides. Let's hear Mr. Mario Sabga, and then we're going to hear the response by the president of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, Mr. Ansel Roger.
Actually, we are the smallest ethnic group in Trinidad.
But the most powerful, almost the most powerful. Smallest but most powerful, huh?
Just not bragging. Seriously.
And we know it.
But life is good here in Trinidad. Life is very good. But there is a measure of concern in the fact that at one time we used to have a huge middle class, which was a sort of a security in terms of any possible conflict between the haves and the have-not. But now that's eroding, and they're getting poorer. So they're starting to get angry.
And we are going to identify all 120 business. And we are going to tell all our members not to spend your money to strengthen those who say they have the power, which power they're using against all of us to boycott their backsides, left, right, and center, now and forever until we bring them down.
Strong words there by Mr. Roger. Not want to put water in his mouth, but based on the response by Mr. Sabga after that statement, he's sending a warning which can only indicate, based on my statement, be careful that you choke on that water, because he's saying that he's not going to go down on a fight. So this is an all-out, I won't call it a war, but it's a serious battle between these two, the president of the OWTU, and of course he's the leader of the Joint Trade Union movement. So we then decided, listen, let's go to the streets as we do ever so often, to find out from the public, you the public, what are your thoughts on the now boycott that Mr. Roger is asking for of all these, from the broader perspective, Syrian-run businesses, the 1%, as they say, and he's calling on the 99% of us to listen, support local. If you have to buy something to eat, buy a locally made food items, like, you know, of course, the ever-popular doubles, whether before, after. I didn't think about that. No, anyhow, I ain't too sure about that one more, Josh. I won't call that one on the air. Okay, but partner say Japs. Okay, cool. So, right? I'm not sure who owns Japs. I don't know. But based on what you said about these particular fast food outlets that, you know, in my head, you would hear a comment that a lady made in a yellow top, and I would zero in on that comment when we come back. But let's go to the interviews, hear what the people have to say. We had some fun, but a lot of serious concerns were raised. Let's go to it now. Boycott or not to boycott? That is the question. Good morning, everybody. 99% boycott all Syrian businesses. Support local cuisine. Only pila, roti, and doubles. Do you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott? Well, I feel it's so nice. Oh, God. Thank you, darling. How are you doing this morning? You sure you're all right? You're looking tired. I must sit on next to you. I'm all tired myself. Oh, God. How are you going? So, Mario Sabga made a statement that 1% of the country, or 1% of the population, has the power. Mr. Roger has since stated, listen, send a message to the 1%. Only buy pilau and roti and doubles. Do not sponsor, contribute to these businesses that are managed by the Syrian community. How do you feel about that? Do you support Mr. Roger's position of what we should do as well, the rest of the 99% of the population?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what to say. I just hearing and listening. Everything is in the Lord's hand.
But based on based on what was said, and how do you
what do for somebody? I mean to say they deserve something, give it to them. Right is right. When you're wrong, you can't be right. And when you're right, you can't be wrong.
Is Mr. Roger right? Saying people, listen, don't support them, boycott.
To tell you the truth, I really have not much to say about this boycott and thing and thing.
She playing it safe.
Yes, straightforward. What is right is right. If somebody deserves something, give it to them. And if they not deserve it, don't give it to them.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. All right. How are you doing, sir? I see you watching me. Mr. Mario Savga said 1% have the power. Mr. Roger has since indicated, listen, boycott all Syrian businesses. Only buy pilau and roti and support the 99% of the population. Do you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott these Syrian-owned businesses?
Of course. Yes, I support it.
What are some of your concerns, rather, when you heard that statement that was made by Mr. Mario Savga?
Well, I didn't really hear what the statement was about, but thinking about it and what's going on in the country right now is you can afford to boycott it. I don't see nothing wrong in that because remember it's poor people they're dealing with and they know how the economy is. And so if we come like that, there you go. So
we have one stay neutral and we have one say boycott. Let's take a walk in the market. Good morning. How you going? You sure? I'm going to pull next to this lot. So, don't come here? Let's take a picture then. Show a picture. Moving on. Good morning, good morning. Produce looking nice. And I'm sure, so everybody heard about the statement that was made by Mr. Mario Savga that 1% have most of the power in Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Roger said, listen, boycott all Syrian businesses. Only pila, roti, and doubles. Right. Do you support Mr. Roger's statement that, listen, to boycott these businesses? And In other terms, support local. I guess that's my, she's selling local, so I guess she supported.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that is all a simple yes or no. Do you support it, ma'am? How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Yes, I support. Yeah. Yeah.
Were you offended by the statement made by Mr. Mario Sabga?
Really?
Because there are many who have been hurt by the statement.
Well, yeah, everybody had to be hurt by it, you know. I mean, not we alone, everybody. We go local, right? Best we go local, and then we're going to just spending excess money, and we have it right here. We need to save some money right now, boy.
Well, I see you have your list. Let me see. All right, she have here. She carrot, she pimento. One bag alone? All right, she just want one bag of pimento right now. All right. 10 pound, how much rice? Only 10 pound of rice, yes? Yeah, big family. All right. Thank you very much. All right. How are you doing, sir? You not too well? God, Jesus loves you. Don't worry, sir. Nice, we're moving on. So we're in the best place to get these responses. Good morning, everybody. How you all doing? So Mr. Mario Sabga made a statement that 1% of the population has the power. Mr. Roger turned around and said, listen, boycott all Syrian businesses. Only eat pilau, roti, and doubles. So we're asking the question this morning. Do you support the statement made by Mr. Roger to support the 99% of the population and boycott these Syrian-owned businesses? I don't enter people's property without asking permission. May I enter? They open the doors. Yeah. Nice. Do you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott?
No. We should be trying to get rid of race.
So you believe that his statement could actually open up a door to fuel racism?
Yeah. We want money, we don't want race talk.
Wow. I'll be honest, that's a very short response, but it's actually one of the best I've heard in the morning thus far. Thank you very much, sir. Do you support what he says as well, that it could be about race?
No comment.
All right, that's a comment too, so I'll take that. But you have, oh, she says, I got a smile, I feel good still. All right, good, nice. So, so good morning. What she smiled to, Rory? She smiled too, she smiled too. Can you smile? That make my day. Hey, officer, how you going? Morning. So we had several views thus far. Some are saying boycott. One interesting comment said that he believes that this could actually fuel or fan the flames of racism in the country. Right? Good morning. All right, let me ask the question first before you run from it. So Mr. Mario Sabga made a statement that 1% of the population has most of the power. Mr. Roger turned around and said, listen, boycott all Syrian businesses and only eat roti, pilau, and doubles. My question to you this morning, if you so desire to answer, do you support that statement to ban these businesses or boycott and support, quote-unquote, local cuisine? You're a market vendor, so I want to see how your response would be.
Support what, local?
Well, in terms of local, food that's produced from local, how should I say, ingredients or local produce.
That's a better idea. Support local. I say so.
Not necessarily.
What are your reasons?
Because he say boycott the 1%, right? Now the 1% you will have the established businesses. But the same 1% might be involved in another sidelines. So even though we might think about like Jim Yearwood and Mansour and those others, those same people might be involved in other businesses that are not out in the open. And people will be shopping and they're not aware that they're still involved in supporting the 1%.
You might be so therefore because of how should I say, the spans of their wings have spread across TNT, you might not know who is Syrian and who will.
Massy change from high-low that people kind of get aware that Massy involved in so many businesses. So it's the same thing will happen. So the 1% might spread to more than 1%. So when you might feel you cutting down and not supporting the 1%, indirectly you might be supporting other businesses that the 1% involved in.
Wow. Do you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott and support along the lines of more local food?
Yes. Yes. Well, these people here, the Syrians especially, they come to make money and they don't spend the money in Trinidad. They do nothing. You don't know about them. You'll see a Chinese man, you'll see an Indian, you'll see a Negro, but then Chinese not spending money for.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, man. Loving it, man. So it's a myriad. So we're walking through the market, then we're going to probably hit the streets afterwards. All right. Good morning. How are you? She making eye contact. Hey, how you going? Good morning. Good morning. Let's talk to him. Salt meat next in the buff, man. Well, yes, and you're looking nice in your blue, I must say. Hey. You could match well the blue and the gold. Royalty, you know about royalty. So, you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott the Syrian businesses?
Well, according to the economy right now, I will support him. But where food is concerned, my money goes to food. Right? When it comes to material, things like clothes and things, I could do it all that because it's your white dress. You understand? Yeah, because I won't go to the store and really buy anything and I could make. So I rather to, cut down on costs and things. So who want to buy, let them buy, and who want to find sense in what he say, find sense in it, because, the system really ain't have anything to offer right now. You understand? Because I go in biblical wise. The merchants and them will come to a standpoint and we will have money and can't buy. So my money goes to food.
So whether the 1% statement is made or not, you're already positioned your mind that you are going to economize, and you're going to, yeah.
I economizing right now, I'm not going for anything beyond my means, right? Yeah, all the material things, I think that could stay on the shelf for me. Later, who like it, let them go ahead with it.
Says good morning, everybody. 99% boycott all Syrian businesses. Support local cuisine. Only pillar, roti, and doubles. Do you support Mr. Roger's position to boycott? Well, I feel it's so nice. Oh, man. Thank you, darling. So, just wait for the second half. Yeah, it have more. I don't think my good friend in yellow went as well. I don't, did she not yet? I think she's tomorrow. She went and missed that. Missed that was shop. Anyhow. But you heard some of the comments. But the one that interested me the most, and when I was doing those interviews, they were all pretty good answers. The first one, it wasn't too clear. But when she made this stand, this is something that, in hindsight, she said, I may go into a store and, if I decide to boycott, I may go into a particular store, and because I cannot identify on the surface that the particular business is managed by a member of the Syrian community, or even more specifically Sabgas or the Abuds, as the case may be, then therefore this is not a Syrian business. But there are many businesses that we may think that are not run by a Syrian community, and they actually are. So she was just making a broader perspective that it's a bit of a challenge in boycott for her. Others are saying, as you heard the gentleman, very brief, he believes that it could fan or further, I want to just add, further fan the flames of racism, because the flames are already there. We see it every day, and it's getting hotter and hotter. Some of us will burn our own selves because of it. All right? And that is another argument. That is a very valid point that he made as well. And then there are others who, of course, on the side of boycotting because they found the statement to be very disrespectful. There are many who have not embraced his apology. Some are saying it's not genuine. Some are saying, please give him another chance. He is a member of the community. This point, I know I think it wasn't raised. You'll hear this tomorrow, where one woman defended the Syrian community, stating that because of their investment in Trinidad and Tobago, even though there are those who would disagree that a valuable investment has been made by them over the many years, she's stating that their investment has borne good fruit for her and her family. So whatever seed they planted and whatever trees that have sprouted and grown because of that, so those seeds, she has benefited and her family has been able to eat and eat well because of the Syrian community. And that is something that we cannot deny, as much as there are those who may not like their business ethic or some aspects of their business ethic. And of course, the statement would have been a sore thumb for many. There are those who will defend and those who listen that they have provided employment for me and my family over the years and will say they have treated me well. So at the end of the day, again, I would have made the point, it is based on your reality. That's the bottom line. What is that? People are going to see just like that. This is my reality. My reality is that the Syrian community has done nothing for me. Whereas another person might say, my reality is that they being here has been a blessing to me and my family and my community. All right? What we need to, however, and this is where the bottom line is for me, there needs to be a synergy of minds here. Because at the end of the day, they are a fabric, or part of the fabric of Trinidad and Tobago. No pun intended on the word fabric. You know, you're thinking of fabric, the boots, textile king. Right. So, at the end of the day, we must find a way to work together and not against each other. And this is where I am not disagreeing with the statement in terms of how Mr. Roger is feeling. Because when I heard the statement, it was taken out. It took me back as well. I was like, whoa, that's going to cause some problems. You understand? And so said, so done. Right? What I will say, though, is that we now need to find a way and means to rebuild, push forward, and start the healing process. Because they are a part of the fabric, and we have to find a way to work together and not against each other. And voices, and I agree, raise the concern, put it out there, and start to bring forth change, because there are some mindsets that have to change. And even the statement made by Mr. Sabga, even with that statement, we are realizing that some truths have to come out. Some mindsets have to change if we want to see true change in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm not against how Mr. Roger is feeling. It is understandable. What do we do now? Revolution brings forth change. But in order revolution to also work, we have to be humble enough to accept the changes that must come with it. And part of that change, and there are those who may not, is that there needs to be across the board a level of forgiveness, across the board that we all must humble ourselves, and across the board that in order for there to be change, some things need to be rooted out and replanted. So this is not just a situation of just boycotting. There are many other things we need to address than just boycott for these things to really change and to see Trinidad and Tobago as the truly dimensional island that we are. Well, we can discuss this tomorrow in some more detail. We have a part 2 installment of those interviews. As I said, this situation has opened up the door for discussion and for dialogue and for redress, and I'm really hoping that good sense prevails overall. And what it will also do is cause others to really wake up and see where we are as a country and start really calling upon God to bring forth some changes within us so that we can see the change that we want for TNT. Coming up next, after this break, we're going to change our focus totally to sports. And I think we all know what I'm talking about. Let's take a break.
The devil's the accuser of the brethren. And he hates marriage because marriage is the image of God. He hates marriage is because it's the most sacred institution on earth. God created marriage in Genesis chapter 1. It is the first institution he ever created, and it's the foundation for every other institution on earth. And he's a strategist. He understands if he can destroy marriage, he can destroy all of society.
I found out that if our phones are close enough, and if we have a connection on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, come on, I'm about to preach this technology until somebody comes out of hiding. If I got something on my device and you need it on your device, if I can get close enough to your device with my device, what's on my device can jump on your device. If I get close to the one who created me, close to the one who called me, if I stop running and return to the place of my assignment, I got the drop.
So if you want to live behind walls all your life and live an isolated, lonely, miserable life, go ahead. But I suggest that you tear down all your walls and let God be a wall of protection about you. And he says all of your walls will be called peace.
Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, I want to see more of the interviews tomorrow. Let's go to our silver lining. We're talking sports today. Big win for Trinidad and Tobago. So I was out of the house when this race took place, but I'm really grateful I got to see a replay with some extra commentary, by the way. We'll get to that later on. So for those who, well, I think everybody by now know, congratulations are in order for our 4x400 meter relay team. They came out victorious. Of course, winning the gold medal at the 27 IAAF World Championships Sunday at London's Olympic Stadium. The team comprised Jareem Richards. He's originally from Point Fortin, but for the last few years he has been studying in Alabama, right? Of course, Long Gordon. Let's see, we have, what was the other two guys again? Help me out there, guys. The other two. No long. He ran the last leg. Let me see. I have the information here. Right, Sedano, right? Which you're gonna hear a very interesting comment made about Sedano by I should say a wannabe commentator for track and field. Right, and who was the fourth individual? Forgive me, I don't know the other guy very well. I'll get it before the clip is over. So, right. Nevertheless, let me just read this here quickly. So this is actually from an article from the Alabama University where Mr. Jareem Richards attends. He ran the second leg on the gold medal winning 4x400 relay to close out the final day of the 2017 IAAF World Championships. He took the baton with Trinidad and Tobago well off the lead after the opening leg and turned in a split of 43-6-0 to move TNT into second place behind the United States at the second exchange, where they remained heading into the final lap. Richard's split was the fastest of the four Trinidad and Tobago relay legs in the final. On the anchor leg, Richard's teammate, well, the Long Gordon, I mentioned, he caught and passed the United States' Fred Curley down the home stretch to give TNT the victory in 2017 World Best. The U.S. took silver. Great Britain earned bronze in a season best of 2:59. So, this clip is actually it. Now, someone taped it, right? It's now, yeah, please make it very clear. This is not the. This is very amateur video, but it's clear enough to see. They would have taped it from all intents and purposes off of their television screen, and the person looking at it, he was high on something. But I would assume he was high on life. I wouldn't assume he was high on anything else. He was high on life. So it's good, it's good. And he added his own commentary to the clip, and it makes me proud to be a Trini when I heard this. Really concerned sometimes, but overall very proud to be a Trini. Let's take in the race.
Of the IAAF World Championship. Can the Americans round off a fine 10 days with gold? Will Great Britain give the home crowd reason to cheer once more? The final of the men's 4x400 metre relay. The last event is underway. London the third for the United States. And a good run there by Hudson Smith. Trinidad going well. Out in lane 7. It's Jaron Solomon for Trinidad. Hudson Smith is trying to close the gap on London the third. Spain running well with Huselos. On the outside, Van der Benden just beginning to tie up a little bit. Excellent run by the Trinidadians. Now London the third is coming away. Hudson Smith having to hang on a little bit. How are they fixed at the first changeover? USA, Spain, Poland, Great Britain.
Well, it's a great finishing surge, wasn't it, from London the third. The USA going to go down the back straight in the lead in this one. Spain are running wonderfully well there, but look at Dwayne Cowan. The Great Britain athlete has swept into second position. He's holding the inside line. Trinidad and Tobago.
Come on, Jareem! Come on, Jareem! Heat him up!
Position. USA, Trinidad and Tobago and Great Britain.
Come on, Jareem!
Second leg by Richards. The 200.
Hold on! Yes!
USA leading with Gil Roberts. Richards in second. He's tiring. Britain in third. Very tight between the silver and bronze medalists. Spain in fourth at the moment with the French.
Come on, Cedeno, get some form. Should I leave you off this damn race?
Down the back straight. What a leg this could be from Rabbi Yusuf.
Come on, Cedeno. Beat.
Fourth place in Rio last year. Really good running by the leader.
Lalonde! Silver is yours here, Lalonde. Nobody should pass you on this last leg.
Trinidadian shoulder. Spain and Belgium in fourth and fifth at the moment.
Yes, Cedeno! Yes, Cedeno! 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 Beat people!
From the man who made the semis. America, Trinidad, Great Britain.
Let's go!
Martin Rooney trying to close the...
Come on, Lalonde! Bring on the goal!
The leg for Trinidad. Can he mount a charge on the American, the seventh fastest athlete in history? Curley, the fastest man in the world this year. Trinidad in second, and look at Rooney. What a performance by the Britain. He's getting roared on by the crowd. Who's taking the last gold at one of...
Come on, Lalonde! 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 Come on, Lalonde!
Well, congratulations, a gold medal and the first gold for Trinidad and Tobago in this event. What does it mean?
Yo, this means the world to everyone on the team. We worked so hard throughout the year, everybody, we ran so good on the team today, we came out here to execute, and that's what we did.
You absolutely did execute, each and every one of you. How did you ever expect to be on the podium and gold?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it before, and we said we could win this. Everybody just does their part, and then, we told Gordon, hey, just stay right on his tail, because we knew that was going to come down to that, and then just kick past him. So, it's especially sweet for us this year because, a lot of us, we were dealing with stuff on the year with injuries and stuff like that, and not just pretty much the whole team. So, to come back here and get a gold medal and a national record to boot was just a great way to cap it off. God is good.
And USA are so dominant in this event. What was your secret to winning?
honestly, we had a really good prayer before the race. So, I mean, God really played a big part in this victory. And I think for a while now, people have been saying Trinidad and Tobago could be one of the teams to upset USA in the 4x4. And to actually achieve it right now, I mean, I don't even believe like it's real right now. You know, it's just such a great feeling to just achieve this goal right now.
You do all seem like you're a little bit in shock. Are you in shock still?
To get the goal, actually. I really don't want to like say I'm going for the goal. I like to go for top 3 because if you set your mind on one thing and you don't get it, then it's like you're letting yourself down. But yeah, I'm still in shock.
And how would you sum up your time in London?
It was wonderful. I wouldn't lie. This is one of the best experiences in my whole track and field career right now. And to bring gold to Trinidad and Tobago, having our independence coming up, I just want to say happy early independence to Trinidad and Tobago and this medal for you all.
What a curtain closer. Just how amazing the crowd.
No, it was great. You know, Londoners always have a good crowd. They have some of the most knowledgeable fans, most knowledgeable fans in the sport. You know, we were here in 2012 and we got a bronze medal and a national record. And to come back into this same stadium and do 2 better and another national record was more than we could ask for. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, we're just so proud to do it for Trinidad and Tobago and for our teammates and everybody who was a part of it. And, you know, we couldn't ask for anything more.
And just last question, how did Trinidad and Tobago celebrate?
Wow, Trinidad is a party capital, so I know we celebrated back home for sure. But you know, we're just gonna go back to the hotel, you know, because we all have early flights tomorrow, so you know, we're just gonna say a team prayer, you know, probably get a congratulations from our managers, you know, and just take it from there. You know, but we all the team spirit is very high right now. So.
Look behind you! Congratulations.
They want to run you off the mic or move now, move. Move, you're staying too long. Go with your goal, move, man. I ain't too like that. Anyhow, yeah, so the very exuberant commentator there. So wait, said what's it? I know, but a few seconds before he was congratulating. What you saying now, what? Yeah, should I leave you all the races? Waste that time, get some form. But coming close to the thing. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Trini. Typical. Yeah. Typical Trini. I tell you, feel good to be a Trini. Let's see, we supporting. Scary part is when they see we ponging. Good Lord. But I must say, looking at the race over and over, the man who really gave us that clinch or gave us that, you know, really propelled us. All 4 they need. It was a team effort, but we cannot take away from the fact that Jareem Richards came from 5th place into 2nd around the bend, and that, of course, would have catapulted us to, of course, getting the goal as Sheldon Gordon. He on the final stretch there blew past the USA, and I don't think he saw that coming. He probably got a bit relaxed, thinking, well, he has this in the bag, but. Well, we had the last laugh for the last mile. So congratulations to our 4x400 relay team on their gold medal victory at the IAAF World Championships in London's Olympic Stadium. They are back home today. I believe I heard they're back home. And I'm sure you're going to get more highlights and more interviews from these gentlemen from our very own George Matheson. On Scoreboard and any of the other programs, of course, where they deal with sporting events. So again, Trinidad and Tobago doing well, carrying the flag. Really proud of these guys. All right. So let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up right here on Cloud.Nine on ACTN. Welcome back. So again, just to update you, tomorrow, God's willing, look for the repeat rather of the program this evening. As I said, I know we have a lot of viewers who look at the 6 p.m. repeat, so if you're looking at that respective time, thank you as well for the support, and you're going to see part 2 of those interviews concerning the boycott call made by Mr. Roger and the statement made by, in response rather, to the statement made by Mr. Mario Salga. So you're going to see part 2 of those interviews tomorrow, God's willing, right here on ACTN. Okay, why is my phone on? Like this song? It's cute. One of my daughter's favorite games. Anyhow, nice. So, it was off! Right. Goodness me. That's number 2 in 2 weeks. Doing well. Nice. That's a problem. It's a nice song. Cute. Theme song for Cloud.Nine maybe next. Anyway, so looking for part 2 of those interviews tomorrow, as well as I know I spoke to George and he supposed to have an interview with Mr. I'm kind of jumping ahead with this based on a conversation that we had, but you know, you can stay tuned for more interviews with those guys, with George coming up. I guess he will speak more about that as well. So we're going to close things off with another performance from the open house. We start off with Blessed Messenger. We're going to go to one of the international guests that performed at open house this year. All right, so enjoy, be good to yourselves, and remember, God loves you if nobody else does. Take care of yourselves.
A wall that they're climbing, you can carry the past on your shoulders. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus, He gave it all to save you. He carried the cross on His shoulders, so you can start over.
Listen, don't let your heart be troubled. Don't be afraid. To the brokenhearted, that which is they, never been born, never been torn, never sinned, never disobeyed. I know you think there's no hope, but that ain't true. Jesus saves. I know you feeling regret, brought this all on myself, messed it up big time, and this time I don't deserve God's help. How can God forgive me after knowing what I did? After knowing that I hid from Him straight away and backslid. Jesus came for the sick. Jesus came for the weak. Jesus came, good news, set the captives free. Jesus came for the poor. Jesus came with the keys. Jesus came to remove the chains. Prisoners can be released. Hands up. Get them up high. Yes. Yes. You don't have to though. Hey! No matter. No matter. See, His love is deeper than the ocean floor. Run to His arms like an open door. God the Father sent the Son so men could come and be free. Gotta run no more. Come to me, all who are weary. Heavy burdens, I'll give you rest. Separating you from your sin. And far as the east is from the west. Thrown in the sea of forgetfulness. What sin? What offense? When the waves come crashing in, calm the winds in your defense. Whatever it is that you've done, He put that punishment on His Son. You'll never come under His condemnation. Conquer sin and Satan and his accusations. Dry your eyes, lift up your head. Hallelujah! God is not dead. Plus He gave us His peace. And He took our guilt, cross instead, took our place, and now we embrace clean slate with the eyes of faith. We do. Unfailing love. It's not too late. Hands up. A story that I'm writing today. A wall that worship God tonight. You can carry the past on your shoulders. Yes. You can start over regrets. No matter what you've gone through, Jesus. No matter. He gave it all to save you. He carried the cross on His shoulders, so you can start over. Listen, I was 16 years old, living life for myself, doing what I wanted to do, hanging around dudes older than me. They had me doing crazy things at a young age. And I remember my family was pushing me towards Jesus, but the world and everything around me was pulling me in. And God had to allow a few things to happen in my life to get my attention. I almost died in a tragic accident. I was hit 3 times by an 18-wheeler carrying gas, carrying fuel. And I remember sitting in the back seat of this car thinking I was about to lose my life.
And I prayed to God, will you save me? And he saved me in that accident years ago. Listen, that's not the punchline though. And I remember I was upset with God because I had to do physical therapy because it wrecked the entire left side of my body. And I went to my grandmother, I asked her, I said, why did God let this happen? She says, I don't know why, but I know you know good from bad, you know right from wrong, you know what God likes and what he doesn't like. You need to stop playing with God, repent, turn from your sin, and turn to Jesus Christ. About a week or so after that discussion with my grandmother, she died from a heart attack, almost as if God kept her alive long enough to have this final conversation with her grandson. And I remember I met this girl, I thought she was cute, so I was trying to talk to her, and then she started talking about Jesus. I'm like, oh, it's a church girl, I'm cool. Never mind. Hey, keep your cuteness over there, I'm cool. But all of a sudden, she started having people call my house, all these older dudes calling to check on me, telling me God loves me. And eventually I went to church and I saw a man with a microphone pouring his heart out saying, Jesus loves you, Flame. He cares so much for you, not only you, but for the entire world, that he sent his only beloved son to live the perfect life that you could not live, to die on the cross for your sin and to resurrect. And at 16 years old, Jesus saved my life. Make some noise for Jesus! And I said, you know what? I want to go back to school, finish my bachelor's degree. I'm finishing my master's degree right now. One of my albums was Grammy nominated. I say, wow, what is going on right now? And I only tell you that to say it's nothing special about me. If God can do it for me, he can do the same thing for you. Make some noise if you believe it.